America's Talking was an American cable television channel focused mainly on talk-based programming, created by NBC and spun off from economic channel CNBC, that was launched on July 4, 1994 and replaced on July 15, 1996. The headquarters were based in an office building in Fort Lee, New Jersey, 2 floors below CNBC's original studios on Fletcher Avenue. It was shuttered after 2 years, and its transponder space was taken by MSNBC programming. The programming was mainly focused on low-budget talk shows, and included the following line-up: America's Talking, a morning talk show hosted by Steve Doocy and Kai Kim, with Tony Morelli as the prodigy guy. Am I Nuts?, hosted by psychologist Bernie Katz and behavioral therapist Cynthia Richmond. What's New?, the latest hot gadgets, hosted by Mike Jerrick and later Brian Tracy. Break a Leg with Bill McCuddy, mid-afternoon chatfest hosted by the winner of a CNBC-sponsored talent contest, Bill McCuddy, featured celebrities and musical acts. Alive and Wellness, Healthy Living by Holistic Methods, hosted by Carol Martin. Ask E. Jean, a call-in advice show hosted by writer E. Jean Carroll. Have a Heart, a talk news show discussing the brighter side of the news and show arranged charitable situations, hosted by Lou Hanassian. Pork, a political talk show focusing on government waste, hosted by John David Klein. The executive producers were Robin Gelman and Dennis Sullivan. At In Depth, a 2-hour news talk show focusing on the day's top stories, co-hosted by Terry Anzur in Fort Lee and Chris Matthews in Washington. Matthews later got his own show, and the show became In Depth Coast to Coast, with Anzur in Burbank, CA, and John Gibson in Fort Lee. Straightforward, a celebrity hour-long talk show hosted by the president of the network, Roger Ailes. Bugged, a comedic look at what bugs people, hosted by Brian O'Connor with Bill Gulino. R&R with Roger Rose, a late-night theme talk show featuring the latest music and celebrities. After Hours, this show replaced R&R, was basically the same format, hosted by Brian Tracy and Bill Gulino. The show was eventually moved over to CNBC, where it was hosted by Mike Jerrick. Politics with Chris Matthews. This show is the only show from America's Talking still on the air. After moving over to CNBC during the ramp-down of America's Talking, the show was renamed Hardball with Chris Matthews and eventually moved to MSNBC, where it still airs nightly at 7 p.m. Cable Crossings, a minute-long serial that aired between programs, written by Marv Himmelfarb, featuring Brian Fraley. Music written by Bill Gulino. Demise. While America's Talking had something of a cult following, it was not successful in the ratings and was picked up by a few cable providers. In January 1996, NBC announced plans to partner with Microsoft to launch MSNBC on cable and online with the satellite transponder that America's Talking occupied, effectively ending the life of the network. America's Talking officially signed off on July 15, 1996, after Ailes had departed NBC and been hired by Rupert Murdoch to launch the Fox News Channel for News Corporation, and was replaced at 9 a.m. by MSNBC Live, hosted by Jody Applegate.